Frick you, grasshopper.
What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today it is time to weld a diff in the 240sx. The drift build, it is ready to be able to do some add skids. So the other day I tried to pull the diff, didn't work so well. The two bolts on there were so impacted on. I actually had to use a breaker bar, a floor jack, and an impact wrench to try to get them off. I finally got them off. So we're gonna go ahead and pull the rest of the diff right now, so let's get it going.
Frick you, grasshopper.
Safety first. So we got the ramps, got the jack stand, and the tie underneath. So let's go. These two here are 19mm nuts, that thread right on here. But these suckers are the ones that were on there tight.
Okay, that is.
So you might have to get a breaker bar or an impact wrench for those. Now I'm going to move on to the axle. There's 6, I believe, on each side. That's on there. Oh shoot, where'd that go? Found it. After I finish getting this other side out over here, there are 2 bolts right there, to get out those 2, and then the drive shaft, and it should fall right out. This is the first time I've taken out a differential, so if you see something I'm doing wrong or I can do a little better, just let me know down in the comments below. So there's 1 bolt on the driver's side axle that's on the top part of it, so I'm going to have to rotate the wheels so I can get it at the bottom so I can reach it, but it's on ramps. So, but if you're on jack stands, you won't have this problem, but just personal preference, I guess. So I'm going to go ahead and jack it up again and just rotate it slightly. I already got this one off. I'm also, before I jack it up, I'm going to undo some of the bolts here on the drive shaft here. And so once I rotate it, once I haven't done that were on top, will now be at the bottom, so it should be a lot easier. And then I can undo the big bolts here and just drop it right out. Alright, so I got the drive shaft disconnected. The only thing left holding on is those 2 bolts in the rear. So I'm going to go and use my floor jack and support it up. And I'm also wearing thick gloves just so I don't destroy my hands. Alright, I got it out. I'm going to go over a few things, little tips I kind of figured out and had to learn to pull this thing out of here. I used a jack, helped a lot actually, the thing weighs quite a bit. So whenever you're pulling it out and you have all the bolts disconnected, for one, there's 2 bolts here, 6, 6, and 4. And these 2 here, these big ones on either side of that. Once you get all those disconnected, you have to remove the output shafts or the axles here. What I did, I took a pry bar, popped them out like that. I couldn't get it by hand, so the pry bar helped a lot on each side of those. Once that was disconnected and the drive shaft was laying down, you kind of have to wiggle it out. But these 2 bolts, or these studs I should say, are in the subframe. So what I'd do is I had to put the jack on here and I had to push it back toward, I guess I should say forward, toward the front of the car to be able to clear these. And so I had to kind of take it down at an angle like that and just drop it right down like that. There's a little hose that connects to here. Don't forget that. So it's time to take off pumpkin or the diff cover and clean it up. So it didn't end up draining before I pulled it. So what I did was I put a trash bag down, opened it up, put it down, put spare tire on here that I had laying around, and the diff on here, and there's holes inside the wheels, so supposedly it'll drain all the way through, not make a mess in the garage. These are 14mm right here. Wow, that does nothing at all. Oh shoot, my bad. Just use a little brake cleaner, cleans them up real nice. Gotta be kind of liberal with it though. Away from this jack. Don't want to breathe that in. Woo. Make sure you turn it so you can get the other side too, right? just finished cleaning the differential. It is time for some welding. It's currently about 11:30 at night. So tomorrow I'm gonna take it to get it welded. So until tomorrow. Boom, it is currently the next day, guys. So today it's time to take the diff to the welder. But, got some bad news. If you guys, oh God, it smells horrible in here. If you guys know anything about LSDs, you can't weld them, come to find out. So I have to go down to somewhere around town to grab another diff. It's gonna be an open diff, obviously, so we can weld that. But we're gonna pull the seat out right now because my seat belt hole is like, there's a bolt broken off and it's stripped in there. So taking that to the shop and they're gonna fix me up with that. Let's go do that. So just dropped the seat off at the shop over there. The guy who worked there said you can actually weld an LSD. So a little confusion on that half. I'm gonna call a buddy of mine and see exactly if you can or cannot do that. There are actually some really cool cars in there. He does a lot of custom works and stuff like that on Supras and all his JDM stuff. I didn't bring my big camera, so here's some footage from my iPhone. The seat should be ready here in a few days. I think I'm gonna make a little road trip tomorrow to get a differential, maybe a few other parts. But that's gonna wrap up this video, guys. If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. That would help me out so much. Make sure you subscribe because the 240 build will be taking off here shortly, and drift event will be here in a couple weeks. My first drift event, I'm super excited for that. There'll be a lot of cool footage and stuff like that. So make sure you stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching, guys.